What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day. And before we get on into this video, which is a very cool video on a very cool piece, I've got to stop and let you guys know that Instagram and YouTube are both simultaneously f***ing me. And they haven't even taken me out to dinner yet.
'Cause I like to be wined and dined after I've been
I don't know what is going on. I am seemingly shadow banned on pretty much every social media platform that I have right now, and I can't figure it out. So if you are seeing this video, please do me a favor. I'm gonna ask for the cliche YouTuber bullshit. Please drop a thumbs up and maybe even drop a comment on this video. Hopefully that at least helps me out with this video, and if you guys don't mind doing so on future videos, I would greatly appreciate it. I'd really like to get myself out of the shadow banning hole. It's really weird because I don't have any strikes against either of my accounts, so I really don't understand what the deal is. But with all of that being said, thank you guys in advance, and let's get on with today's video. So in today's video, we are reviewing a very cool piece, a very cool Slipknot piece, a very cool Sean Clown Crayon Slipknot piece. And that piece is none other than the homemade clown. Now for those of you that are confused and thinking, wow, that looks like a terrible clown mask, you're not wrong. However, this was a terrible clown mask that Sean actually used on more than one occasion. Now a lot of intermediate Slipknot mask collectors out there will know that Sean used this during 2006 for a magazine interview, but a lot of you guys probably didn't realize that Sean actually also used this during the self-titled era. Not only was this mask seen worn by a fan with Sean, but it was seemingly later given to Sean, which he repainted, and then Sean actually used it on stage himself. Now he used this as some sort of weird creepy prop that he would carry on the end of his pole, if you know what I mean. But he actually switched to this mask and ended up wearing it on stage for at least one song during at least one self-titled show. Then we fast forward years and years later, and Sean ends up using this during that magazine interview, which it is most notably known for. So if you've seen this mask and you are familiar with it, you are probably just familiar with the fact that he wore it in that interview, but I did want to toss in the fact that this was worn during self-titled and also used as a prop during self-titled, and we can actually see the fan that gave this mask wearing this mask with Sean during the self-titled era, and all of that combined just makes this infinitely more cool to me. Yes, it is a terrible mask, but it's a homemade clown, and that's actually what this piece is known as, the homemade clown. And you're probably wondering to yourself, did you get an original copy? And the answer is no. Sean's mask eventually rotted away, so that one doesn't exist, and we have never been able to track down the maker. We have no idea who made that original mask or how many copies are out there. All we know is that the one that the fan gave to Sean, seen worn by said fan and worn by Sean, is the only one in existence. So this is clearly a replica, and a fantastic replica at that. This replica was done up by my good friend Mr. Mike Covert over at MC Studios, also one half of Paleface & Co. And I was actually gifted this mask earlier this week to shoot this video on. And I gotta say, I have absolutely always hated this mask. I hated the mask that Sean wore, and I hated the replicas, but over the course of time, just getting to know this piece, seeing it used more often during the self-titled era, and seeing more and more photos from that shoot for that magazine, I have really fallen in love with it. It's a terrible mask, but the terribleness of it just makes it that cool. Sean repainting it, putting the hair up in these weird pigtails. I don't know, it's just really become a favorite of mine, and it's probably a lot due to the thrill of the hunt. I've never been able to track down one of these pieces. Even though Mike did a run of them years and years ago, I just wasn't able to make it into that run, so I never got one, and I really didn't think that I was ever going to get one, and I really wanted one of Covert's because it is a perfect replica. Nobody else has ever even really attempted this, and I can tell why, because this mask is just so good that it would be a shame for someone else to come along and do a worse replica of it. But we're in luck, because as I have already mentioned, I got this from Covert. I didn't buy this secondhand from another collector, and I'm obviously shooting a video on it right now for Covert, which means, yes, he is going to be offering these once again. There was only one run ever done of these before, but Covert has decided to bring them back due to the demand. Like I said, these things were so good and so little people got them that obviously a lot of people wanted them, including myself, and now I finally have one, and it is absolutely fantastic, so I am super super stoked. Huge thank you to Covert for this piece. I absolutely love it, and if you guys would like to go grab one, here's the deets. Jesus Christ, I just said deets in my video. What? I yeeted in one video, now I'm deeting in another one. I must be stopped. So it sounds like the price point on these pieces is going to be $275. That is extremely cheap for the rarity of this piece and the quality of this piece. Not only that, but he's only going to be doing these in runs of 6 at a time, and you never know what the last run could be. This first run of reruns could be the last run. So if I were you, I would definitely hop on these things. They are well worth the money, and yeah, just super excited to see this up on the shelf with the rest. This mask has evaded me for a very long time, and Covert gave me probably the best copy out there yet, because again, we've had more and more photos come out since the last shoot, and everything on this is super accurate. All of the real subtle weird red weathering, wow, what a tongue twister that was. Real subtle weird red weathering. I can't even say it again if I try. We've got all of the paint blemishes. We've even got this one weird strip of hair that sticks out from the pigtails on the mask. This thing is gorgeous, amazing quality, super excited. I could say that a million times in this video and it still wouldn't sum up how stoked I am to have this. So yeah, go hit up Mike Covert, grab you one of these. You will not regret it. I will be dropping all of his information down below in the description of this video. This is not a paleface piece. This is Mike on his own, MC Studios. So just keep that in mind. That's why there's not going to be a Palefest link down there. It's all going to be Covert. Now with that being said, I think I am pretty much good to go on this mask and ready to show you guys some nice up close shots so that you can see all of the beautiful detail, and that will be that. So again, one last huge thank you to Covert. Thank you very much. You've made me very happy with this piece, and a huge thank you to you guys for watching this video, even if YouTube is trying to fuck me.
You might as well go buy some cigarettes too, because I like to have a smoke after I get good and fucked.
Again, I would really appreciate the support with a like and a comment. And also make sure that you are subscribed, because I've heard from a lot of people lately that YouTube is constantly unsubscribing them from my channel. The same people seem to have that happen like 3 or 4 times in their lifetime so far, which is pretty fucking annoying. Makes me wonder what the numbers would be if they weren't doing that. It also makes me wonder what the fuck I've done to make them upset, because as far as I know, nothing. Anyways, let's go ahead and close out this video. Until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks, telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol, and yes to supporting your favorite mask-related content creator. And we will see you guys in the next one. P.S. These are very fathead friendly.